As you might have already inferred, what actually leads you to lose your self-esteem in a relationship is nothing other than the limiting beliefs that you have acquired throughout your childhood and youth, due to the people or situations that surround you have undergone some type of trauma. For this reason, the next relevant factor for you to lose your self-esteem is what you think about yourself. Let's look at some of the limiting thoughts you subject yourself to. The first is, I am little. You would be surprised by the number of people I have met over the years who have great personal and professional achievements, but who still feel like they have achieved nothing in life. They feel little because in practice, nothing they do is going to be enough for the people around them. As you might have already inferred, in the case of the couple, the issue arises that it was your romantic partner who never considered you enough for her or him. But that was activated because deep down, it is you by yourself who doesn't feel enough to be with someone who really values you. As in the previous cases, you will have already realized that this limiting thought is activated by traumas you experienced in your childhood. Therefore, the second thought limits in relation to yourself is the following: I am always wrong. Most people do not know it, but at an unconscious level, this thought is activated in them, which is precisely what leads them to lose beliefs in themselves. The main effect that this limiting thought has is precisely that it paralyzes you from moving forward in your life. If you have never put aside your ambitions, your dreams and hope, you will find explanation precisely in this thought. You don't do it because you are afraid of failing again, as you did at some point in your life. And finally, there's the limiting thought in which you say to yourself, I am ugly. Something that arises precisely from the bad experiences you had in relation to people who made fun of you due to some physical or personality problem. That bad treatment that you received in childhood is activated when you try to find a partner or even when you already have one and lost them. And there is the explanation of why you reach that point where that limiting belief arises in you that leads you to think almost certainly that all your problems are due to the fact that you are not attractive enough from a physical point of view. As you can infer, if you had self-esteem, that would not represent any difficulty. In fact, throughout these years, I have worked with many people who were very attractive from a physical point of view, who still considered themselves the ugliest people in the world, precisely because they did not feel that their beauty was enough to please others, and especially their parents.